This video I'm going to show a very quick pasta with roasted garlic, onions, and cauliflower. And whenever I cut up the cauliflower, it goes all over the place, and then I gotta try to get it back in the sheet pan. So I have come up with a new way of cutting it, and I don't pull it apart like this either because I really like the pieces as small as they can be, because the smaller they are, the more crispy like popcorn they get. And I don't want my knife to go all the way through because that dulls the knife. You can do this on a cutting board also. I'm just being lazy. You can also leave it flat like this. I like that too, like little cauliflower steaks. This also needs a really good amount of olive oil in order for it to crisp up. I don't use canola oil, and I know that it is a high heat to put the olive oil on, but I've never had a problem with it, with smoking or anything like that. I like the flavor of the olive oil rather than canola. Okay. Now the bigger the sheet pan, the better. Actually, this was a pretty big cauliflower, so I really want to make sure that it's laid out flat. It should be in a single layer. That's the key, right? I'm going to cover the whole thing in olive oil, and then the whole thing in pepper and salt. Good amount. And I'm going to mush it all up together with my hands so that I can feel that each piece of cauliflower has a good amount of salt and pepper. Okay. And when you're doing this, squeeze it so it gets into the little crevices of the cauliflower. And while you're doing this, get your pot ready. For your pasta, I'm going to do gemelli, but you could do spaghetti or penne or rigatoni, whatever you like. And I'm going to take one sweet onion here in relatively big pieces and scatter this around. And you don't want to walk away when the oven's this high anyway. Every 5 to 10 minutes you come, you check, you move the outside to the center. Okay, and then my garlic method. Just give it a little smash. And this is the base for your sauce. There's no tomatoes. So it's basically a garlic and oil sauce with some cauliflower, right? A garlic and oil sauce would have a lot of garlic and it would have a lot of oil. And this is going to go in a 500-degree oven, and I'll check it in 10. All right, so my cauliflower is out of the oven. It came out really nice. And what I like to do at this point is search around for the garlic that roasted and smash that up. Now roasted garlic gets really, really sweet and has a much softer flavor than if you had sauteed garlic up in, minced or sliced. So roasted garlic gives a nice flavor. And I find my garlic. And also, there might be a couple of pieces that got burned. It's mostly the onion. But otherwise, pretty good. And I'm finding that garlic. Here's a piece just to show you how it just smashes down. And I want to smash that because that is part of my sauce. Okay. And I have my cooked pasta here that I did not rinse because I want my sauce to stick to it. Because again, my sauce is going to be garlic and oil from this pan. Now this pasta is a little dull looking, right? So it's gonna definitely need a green in here. You could do parsley in the summer when I have basil. I love it with basil. This is some chopped chives. Gives it a little bite, but it's gotta have that green, otherwise it's just a really boring looking dish. But not boring in flavor. And I tasted the cauliflower before and it had great flavor, but I'm relying on that cauliflower to be all the flavor for the pasta. So I want to check the pasta. Keeping in mind that I am going to have some Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to do probably about a 1/4 cup. And you don't want your pasta or your cauliflower to be too hot at this point. I've done that a couple times and then the Parmesan cheese goes in and the whole thing is really stringy. And the reason why I did Parmesan cheese first before the salt is because the Parmesan cheese has a lot of salt. If you wanted to make this vegan, you could easily leave out the Parmesan cheese. There are times I have, and I would just add more herbs and more salt. So the Parmesan cheese adds a good amount of flavor, but it still needs salt. And some fresh pepper. And it also looks a little dry, so I'm going to give it a little drizzle. Olive oil, a nice, quick, one pan pasta. That comes together just as quick and as simple as a tomato sauce, but it's got a different vegetable.